Hi, my name is Sage, and today I'm going to try and make some little clay ghosties on a bench. And I want them to look like this, and I want to make a popsicle stick bench. Ooh, exciting. And I want to put some moss and some cute little plant sprigs on the wooden base that I have, and I'm really excited. So let's turn this dream into a reality. To start, I need a base and some popsicle sticks. I then cut some popsicle sticks to make the back of the bench. And to adhere them all together, I use a hot glue gun and run it along the bottoms of them before attaching a full-length popsicle stick to it. And then I repeat this another 2 times until I have 3 popsicle sticks stuck together for the sitting portion of the bench. And then I felt like the back needed a bit more support, so I added an extra 2 popsicle sticks lengthwise to the back portion of the bench. And this is what it looked like with everything glued on. And now I move on to cutting wires to make the legs of the bench. Next, I twist the 3 of them together to make one sturdy leg, before then flattening out the bottom of it so it can stand up. And then I repeat this process once more. I also twist the top wires so they're easier to glue down. I then use the hot glue gun to adhere them to the bench. Next, I Gorilla Glue the legs of the bench to the base. Less is more when it comes to Gorilla Glue, and I'm still learning this lesson as I go on. And this is what it looks like once it's fully dried. And now it's paint time. I go over it with 1 layer of umber brown. And I'm thinking it looks pretty good at this point, but then disaster struck. So since it fell over because of the weight distribution, I then add some popsicle sticks to the front of it so it looks like the bench goes all the way to the ground. And once that was done, this is what it looks like from the side. And here's the moment of truth. The bench balances, so now it's time to paint the newly added popsicle sticks. I paint them the same umber brown as I did the rest of the bench, before then hot gluing the legs to the bench. And this is what it looks like once everything is adhered. And now it's time to add some moss. And now I'm going to hot glue every part of the circled base with moss. You may be wondering, why didn't you glue the moss on before you adhered the bench? It would have been easier than maneuvering around it. And to that I say, I have long fingers, so I took my chances. And I'm not just hot gluing the moss on, I'm also going to be gluing on little sprigs of vines, just to break up the monotony of the moss. I just think the little vines are cute and just add just so much cottagecore to any project. So I just keep on adding them to anything I can. And this is what it looks like after. Next, it's time to make the ghost out of clay. So to start, I scrunch up some tinfoil. I then check if I like the approximate size of it. And since it's good, I can now move on to making the ghost cat. I then repeat the same steps I did for the ghost, scrunch tinfoil, eyeball measurements, and now it's good. I like everything in comparison to everything else. And now it's on to the clay. Next, I begin to flatten the clay with my hands, so then I can wrap the tinfoil completely in the white clay before then moving on to the next step, which is to pinch the ends of the clay to give the little ghosties some little wispies. Next, I start flattening out more clay for the ghost's hat. I then get a bit of a cone shape going before then ripping off some excess. I then begin to do the same thing as I did with the ghost wispies at the ends of the hat, so I just pinch the ends until I get everything how I want it. After that, I use the ball stylus to poke in some holes for the ghostie's eyes. I also do some odds and ends of touch-ups with the ball stylus everywhere before I'm happy with it. I then start on the cat, and just like the first ghostie, I cover the tinfoil with clay. And once that's done, I then add 2 cute little ears and a tail for our spooky little cat. Next, I add the divots for eyes before then pinching the ends for some ghosty wispies. After that, I work on the eyes a little bit more before I'm 100% happy with everything. This is them before I put them in the oven, and this is them after. And now that they're both baked, it's time to paint. I go over both of them with white paint. I'm not too concerned as of this moment with any of the details, as this is just going to be the first layer, and I know that I'm going to be doing close to 6. And this is them after the first coat, and this is them after the 5th coat. Turns out I didn't have to do 6. looks. So now that the last coat of paint is semi-dry, I then paint the eyes of the cat green. And it's because my cat's eyes are green in real life. And then I move on to painting the hat, which is also going to be green. And I do end up going over the hat once more with the paint just to really ensure that everything is covered. And then next, I paint the ghostie's eyes green as well. And I would just like to say thank you so much for watching this video. And now it's on to the glamour shots.